Welcome back to Iron Completionist, the series where I'm aiming to fill the collection log and do all of the completable, non-repeatable content in RuneScape. In the last episode, we took on Neks. A lot of Neks. And we came out with a collection log slot, though not the one I was expecting or really hoping for. But after all that PVM, I want to wind down with some more mellow stuff in this one, and try some areas of the game that I haven't really touched much, if at all, yet. And as always, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're not already, because it really helps me out. Alright, I'm thinking of a game that has global PvP, so you know it's not RuneScape, huge boss battles, tons of champions. That's right, it's Raid Shadow Legends, available on mobile and PC. Raid has an absolute ton of huge bosses, but my favorite one is Astronyx the Dark Fae. She's not some massive creature like a lot of the other bosses, but she can definitely take you out, and easily. When fighting her, she will create doppelganger versions of all of your champions and make you fight them, so to beat her, you have to be able to take on your own team. And as always, there are a ton of new things happening in the game itself. This month, there are non-stop special events and activities like the Forge Pass Season 3, which has some amazing rewards like a limited edition artifact set. On top of that, there are some new champions coming out and new skins for everyone's favorite champion, Madame Ceres. As if all of that wasn't enough, Raid is giving a huge upgrade to the Death Knight champion to make him a legendary quality. So if you want to get started, make sure you click that link or scan the QR code on screen to get a free starter pack worth almost $30, a free champion, Tay-Rail, and this other in-game loot. These rewards are available in your inbox for the next 30 days. Thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. I want to start off by doing some minigames. I don't know what the theme of this episode is going to be, but minigame seems like a pretty good place to start, and I am already here doing some trouble brewing. Now, a lot of you guys probably don't play this minigame, but you know I've at least dabbled a little bit in some of the outfits here, and I have all of the tricorn hats so far. I'm not really sure what I'm going to go for. Maybe I will go and try and complete one of the outfits, which I believe is 1,000 for the naval shirt and then 1,000 for the slacks. So that'll take about 7 hours of basically AFKing after I use all 28 of these buckets on the hopper. So I'll be back in a few games. We've been doing PVM for quite a few episodes in a row now, so I figured it would make sense to try and mix it up a little bit and just steer away from at least some of the high-end PVM content. I might do something like Slayer or random log slot grinds in this one after the minigame kick wears off, but for now I think this is what I want to start with. Alright, been here for a minute. We have 1,000 pieces of 8 so far, so we are, I believe, officially halfway done. I haven't decided which naval set I would like to buy, though. And there we go, about 7 total hours of trouble brewing later, and I should have enough points, or pieces of 8, whatever the heck these things are called, to be able to buy 2 more pieces of the outfit. Honestly, a vast majority of this collection log, and just like many other minigames, this is just one of those places that's like hundreds of hours to fully complete. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the blue naval shirt and blue naval slacks, so that is 2 new items for the collection log, and now I can go back to playing on fixed because I hate playing on resizable. Well, continuing the trend of random minigame type things, I'm actually going to be heading over to Tempoross, which should be considered a minigame, but for some reason it's a boss, because I actually still don't have enough spirit flakes to make the full spirit angler outfit. And I figure, I mean, that's 2 basically free collection log slots, so might as well start doing that. I think for the Tempoross, I'm just going to do a pretty chill solo method. I should still be getting a decent amount of reward permits per game, and this way I don't have to deal with, you know, people. Ew. Alright, I did a few of the solo games. Honestly, the points here are a bit faster. Maybe it's just because I wasn't paying attention to points before, or because solo games are actually just more points per hour when I'm not making tons of mistakes and paying enough attention. It's like probably 55 to 60 points, which is pretty decent. I'm gonna go fish these up, see if it gives me enough spirit flakes to make the last 2 pieces of my angler outfit into spirit angler, and if it doesn't, we'll go back. What we're missing in the Tempoross log, aside from the last 2 pieces of the spirit angler, is the dragon harpoon, which would be honestly pretty hilarious if I got, because it's ridiculously rare here. The pet, which is the same rate as the dragon harpoon, and the big harpoon fish, which I believe is 1 in 1600, same rate as the tome of water. I don't really expect to get any of those items, but hey, wouldn't complain. We've been really spooned here so far, so I just really doubt we're going to get anything other than spirit flakes. Well, nothing crazy, just a couple of soaked pages, unless this last reward is something, which actually was more spirit flakes. I do have some in the tackle box as well, but I'm pretty sure it's 1,200 per piece, so I won't be able to do everything just yet. I will go ahead and make my legs into the spirit angler legs, though, because honestly, they look kind of cool. So we need, what, about 300 or 400 more spirit flakes to make our last piece. I figure I might as well go ahead and get 100 more reward permits since, like I said, eventually I'm going to need to fill out these other slots anyway. So might as well do it now while I'm kind of enjoying the content. Alright, there's another 100 permits. Let's go ahead and get these spirit flakes. Oh, no way! I actually got the big harpoon fish. I fully did not expect to get anything while doing this, but that's amazing. So the big harpoon fish is also, I believe, a 1 in 1600. Let me double check that real quick. So I am actually stupidly lucky at Tempoross then, apparently. That is amazing because I got the big harpoon fish and the tome in just a couple hundred reward permits. I'll check how many as soon as I'm done here, which is only 9 left, so it won't take long. What? I looked away from my screen to send a text, and I got a second big harpoon fish? What? I mean, alright, I guess I'm just an absolute mega spoon here for these items, because first things first, let me go ahead and take off these angler boots, use them on, I'm not even going to try the name there, and let's get ourselves the Spirit Angler Boots, which is another collection log slot, and I want to take a look at this Tempoross log, because 462 reward permits, and I have had everything except for the pet and the harpoon, which I'm probably going to get from worms if we're being realistic, and 2 big harpoon fish. That's really nuts. Getting the full Spirit Angler outfit is kind of beneficial as well because it means I no longer have to use a rope here at Tempoross, which admittedly during solos really doesn't have much of an impact on anything, so it's not too big of a deal, but I guess it's nice to not have to worry about it. Also, the extra big harpoon fish doesn't, like, do anything. It's just funny, I guess, to have had it happen. I can mount it in my POH, but I think I'm just going to leave it in my bank as a trophy because it's just kind of funny. And we'll probably get a few more on the way to getting the Tempoross pet whenever we go for that grind, and I'm pretty sure you can turn them in for soaked pages as well. I want to take a bit of a break from the minigame-esque type things, and I want to actually do some Czar killing. I haven't done this yet. There's 10 slots here, and although some of them are pretty difficult to fill, like the staff, not really going to be going for that right now. I just want to start going for some of these obsidian pieces, maybe just some of the overall obsidian items, because, you know what, I might as well start, and I feel like most of my Jad tasks are going to be occupied, you know, at Jad, because I still need the pet there, and then probably at Inferno after that to get the pet there, because those are both better rates while on task, whereas these items don't really change. Now, it's definitely better to barrage these things, but as you can tell by my inventory, I was kind of just looking to click a couple and then AFK. The rates on these obsidian items are pretty weird. Some of them are pretty typical, but you have to watch which ones you're killing, and you'll notice that I'm mostly focusing on these very high-level red obsidian creatures, and it's because those are the only ones that can actually drop the obsidian armor, which is pretty important since that's some of the most rare stuff. Going for the staff is going to be the most difficult because it's only dropped by the mages, and it has, as you can see, a freakishly low drop rate. So I've been here for a few hours, and I've realized a few things. First of all, I'm kind of surprised I haven't actually had a drop yet, because the drops, when you total up all of the drop rates together, are not that crazy uncommon. The obsidian armor is substantially more rare than everything else, but I have nothing in the log yet, so anything will do. And also, this is going to be one of those grinds that is actually pretty much literally impossible to track unless I do it based on experience, because these frequently don't have any drop at all, and if they don't, RuneLite can't track it. So I guess I'm kind of just gonna be playing this based on time and assumptions, which is a little unfortunate. Didn't really feel like I needed to AFK anymore, so I decided that I wanted to try something new in the minigame section of the collection log, and that is, I wanted to try Guardians of the Rift. I've actually never done this before, but it's pretty relevant on an Iron Man account because I'm going to need a ton of blood runes in the future, which means I'm going to want that outfit as soon as possible. Plus, I've heard from a lot of people that this is actually a really, really fun minigame, so I'm kind of excited to try it. Full disclosure, I still have absolutely just no idea what the hell is happening. This is an incredibly confusing minigame. at first. I'm sure I will get the hang of it with time, though, but it is really weird as of right now. One of the people that I'm asking about this says that getting around 8 total energy per game with none of the items, hey, congrats to that guy who just got a pet, getting around 8 total energy per game without any of the items and kind of any idea what you're doing isn't bad. So I guess I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to figure out a solid, consistent strategy right now. So something I've noticed so far that's a little frustrating is that the crystal pick actually does use charges here, and I guess I wasn't expecting it to because it doesn't in other similar situations. So I probably should have used this somewhere else before coming here, but I've been really excited to try out Guardians of the Rift for a while now. So, you know what? Screw it. It's a handful of crystal shards, but I want to have fun. Minigame is pretty nice for irons because on top of just like going for the outfit, you get a decent amount of runes just by playing the minigame itself, which is kind of cool, honestly. Well, there's my first 10-point game, 8 elemental and 2 catalytic. I think I'm going to wait until I have about 100 opens on the chest before I go and do it because I'm pretty sure the rewards here are not incredibly common. I'm having fun so far. I just hope this doesn't start feeling like Wintertod after a while. Alright, there we go. 101 elemental and 101 catalytic. I actually managed to balance it out on that last game there, which is pretty cool. Took 25 rifts, and honestly, I don't even know, like 3, maybe 4 hours here? It's a lot slower than I expected it to be, but I'm excited to loot this, so let's go ahead and do that. So before I go and open these, here is the empty collection log for Guardians of the Rift. I know it only says 15 here. Some of the other stuff was actually added in later. I don't know why it wasn't added initially, but yeah, don't worry about it for now. All right, here we go. Very first one, instant item. Okay, what's the body talisman? All right, I'm guessing the regular loot here is all just like runes. Let's hope for something. Hey, there we go. There's the first slot, Abyssal Pearls. These are the currency that you need to buy stuff from the shop, so more of these I get, the better, because I would love to be able to get my first piece of the outfit, since each piece gives you an increase to the amount of runes you get per essence. Oh, that baited me for a second there, but hey, we also got a catalytic oh, no way! Wow, okay. We got the catalytic talisman and almost back-to-back the Abyssal Lantern. This Abyssal Lantern is really, really cool. I will explain what it does after I'm done with these 100. Wow, I should have looted right at the beginning at that rate, man. Dang. And right as I turn the recording off, the intricate pouch, I'm pretty sure these just have stuff in them. I think I'm going to hold on to them because people told me that they can actually have clue scrolls. So I'm just going to stack them all up until I'm done and just get some clues out of it, I guess. Well, I guess since I have a second here, since I had to bank those talismans, the Abyssal Lantern is pretty phenomenal because you can actually get a lot of different effects on this thing based on what type of logs you put into it. For example, the one I'm going to be using, which I don't know if this is necessarily the best to use at Guardians of the Rift, but it's what I'm going to be using, is U-Logs. And the effect that this gives the lantern is, when helping the Guardians of the Rift, the fire produced from this lantern increases your elemental and catalytic energy gained by 10%. So this is literally just 10% more points. Just for this. Just outright, just a 10% point increase every game. That is nuts. That is going to be massive, and it's so amazing to get early. The catalytic talisman is just used to make, you know, not air, earth, water, or fire, I couldn't remember the fourth one, runes, which is useless because I have a max cape, so I don't really need talismans, but I'll probably just hold on to all of them until I guess I'm done here, and probably just drop into my main in case they're worth anything. Let's continue looting. I still have like 70 searches left or something. Yeah, I still have 62 left. There's another intricate pouch, as well as Atlix's diary. I have no idea what that is. So apparently this book, if I read it, will just appear in my POH, so I guess technically it's Completionist. I don't think I need to actually keep it, just click through the whole thing. So I guess I'll just do that and drop it. No way! I got the Abyssal Needle too, on like my second to last search. Oh my god, I got spooned so hard here. I can't believe I also got the Abyssal Needle. This Elemental Talisman, it's the same as the Catalytic, it's just for Elemental runes. So, again, also pretty useless, but I guess I'll hold on to them until the end here. The Abyssal Needle is fantastic because this can be used to fuse all of my pouches together into one gigantic mega pouch. And this gigantic mega pouch holds 40 Rune Essence, or Pure Essence, or Guardian Essence, whatever the heck it's called here. So because the Colossal Pouch can hold 40, that's actually just an extra 10 Essence that I can hold per inventory now, which is amazing. On top of the fact that it just saved me 3 bank slots because it's one item instead of 4. I did get 230 Abyssal Pearls, which I'm pretty sure is also decent, though I don't think I can afford anything from the shop for that. I'm very close. The boots are actually only 20 away, so I might just come back out here in a few searches to try and get those last 20 Abyssal Pearls, because each piece of this outfit gives you 10% more runes, and that'll just help with points in the game, etc, etc. Well, apparently the way the U-Lantern actually works is that it doesn't just give you a flat 10% increase on all your points, it just gives you a chance to double the points for a particular action, which, you know, levels out to be 10% increased points, but it's just kind of weird that they made the functionality work that way. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the last couple of pearls to get my first piece of the outfit here. Oh, whoa, okay, I did not expect to get that. That's an abyssal blue dye. I'm pretty sure those are, like, astronomically rare. Yeah, that's 1 in 1200. I just wanted to get 20 pearls, but hey, I'll happily take another slot in the collection log, man. And it doesn't look like I'm gonna get my pearls, though. Alright, we did get them on, like, the second to last pull here, and another catalytic talisman as well, but that's really cool. I don't think I'm gonna use this, especially not on the boots, because I imagine that probably isn't gonna look like anything. But if I take out the rest of my Abyssal Pearls from the bank here, head over to Apprentice Felix, I can buy myself the Boots of the Eye. Now, this is a collection log slot, first of all, which is awesome, but each piece of this outfit does give you a 10% increase to runes crafted with an additional 20% once you have the whole set. I realize that doesn't boost my points in here like I thought it did, because points here are based on essence used, not runes crafted, but still, it's definitely just extra runes. There's no reason not to get it. Okay, I just read something that says I can exchange this for the other 2 colors of dye, and I want to see how this works. Yes, I would love for you to change it to a different one. I want to see if this works. I love the red one. Oh, okay. I thought it might give me the collection log slot if I just kind of like rotated through them like that. But unfortunately it does not. I have to actually get the other dyes from the reward guardian. Okay. I thought I was being smart. So I tried the binding necklace method to make some mixed runes like lava runes and whatnot, because apparently that's a really good method for getting elemental energy points. But it is a lot of effort, and honestly, it makes me not enjoy the minigame, so even though it might technically be efficient, I don't think it's what I want to do, and I'm just going to go back to doing whatever is the best current points to get, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, alright, there we go. I have been here for quite a while, and I have over 200 collections from the Rewards Guardian, so I'm going to go ahead and start claiming these. Hopefully, we can get some cool stuff. Maybe another collection log slot, though that's kind of a reach at this point since I need the dyes or the pet. So, I guess we're just really hoping for getting lucky on Abyssal Pearls. Huh, that's the first time I've seen Abyssal Ashes. I feel like that's probably pretty rare? No, I got another blue dye! Oh, I mean, that's really cool. Because these are still really, really rare. I'm surprised I've had 2 dyes, but it is the same color, which unfortunately means no new collection log slot. Oh, that's a little rough, but it's still really cool. I mean, 2 more and I can just dye the full set at least. That'd be kind of nice. Alright, there we go. That is all of the things looted. Unfortunately, we didn't get... It's not even unfortunate. I've just been so lucky here. I can't even say anything. I did get a bunch of pearls. I don't know if this is like a good amount or not. I'm still not really sure, and honestly don't really feel like calculating the drop rates for how many I should be getting. So 474 pearls I believe is enough to buy any piece of the outfit, and I think I want to start with the legs. I was gonna buy the rope top next, but I realized that I actually am using the Varrock Armor 4 here, and quite frankly, I don't know if it actually does anything, but if I buy the top and the Varrock Armor 4 does work here, I'll have to switch it, and that's just a little bit more effort in the game that I don't really feel like putting in right now. I've already been here for a very, very long time, like probably a lot longer than most people think I have been. I don't know, like 12, 15 hours or something at this point. This is just a slow mini game, if we're being 100% honest. So instead of staying here to finish the outfit right now until I burn out, I think I want to go spend a little bit more chill time and head back to maybe Trouble Brewing and get a couple more outfit pieces there. I do want to take a brief detour here and actually do some Theater of Blood. not really, but this is something that a lot of people I don't think have really pointed out, and I actually kind of just recognized when looking through my collection log. I haven't claimed the Sinaza Shrouds yet, and I'm pretty sure that because of my pre-existing Theater of Blood KC, I can just have 2 of these capes. So there's one collection log slot, and then I think I can just do the same thing and claim the second one as well, right? Yeah, that's just 2 collection log slots that I guess I just hadn't claimed up to this point. The rest of the tiers of the Sinaza Shroud get a little crazy. I think it's like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 or something along those lines, so gonna be a long while before I ever achieve that. I also don't know if it lumps together regular TOB completions with entry mode and hard mode, because if entry mode gets wrapped in there, that'll be really nice for when that's all I have left in this log. Oh, hey, finally! We finally got something, man. What did we actually get? Oh, the sword! That's actually really, really good. First of all, I am really, really dry here. I decided to do this for my AFK time back at the Czars instead of going back to Trouble Brewing, because honestly, it felt weird not having gotten a log slot from here. So the reason the sword is really good is because the sword, the knife, and the throwing rings are actually specific to the NPCs that are wearing them. So for example, this level 133 right here has the swords, which means, actually this one has a knife, which means it can only drop the knife. The ones that have the swords can only drop the swords, and the ones that have the throwing rings can only drop the throwing rings. So these are much more annoying to get than some of the other things, so I guess it's kind of nice that's my first item. Though, admittedly, it was very long overdue. I guess it's kind of making up for my Guardians of the Rift luck, because I've killed probably around 800 to 1,000 Czar. I mentioned before, it's kind of hard to track because they frequently don't have drops, which means they don't show up properly on the RuneLite loot tracker. But I've definitely killed at least 600 of these big level 221s, and then a few hundred of the other ones as well. Alright, well now that I've had one drop from the Czar, I feel like it's fair to put that in the past for a minute, and now I do want to actually head back to Trouble Brewing and try and just get at least one more outfit piece. Well, I needed something to AFK, and let me tell you, this is one of the best places to do it right now. I've been here all day, and by all day, I mean, I think the better part of about 10 hours or so. Maybe not that much necessarily in a row, but I've been here for quite a while to get 2,000 pieces of 8. You might be thinking, that should have only taken you like 7 hours. Well, the thing about AFKing is, sometimes you accidentally log out, and if you do that within the last 2 minutes of the game, you've just wasted 20 minutes of your life. There's also 3 minutes of downtime between games that I'm pretty sure I could avoid if I hopped worlds, but I was being pretty lazy. But these 2,000 pieces of 8 means I can now grab 2 more pieces of the Trouble Brewing outfits. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out which ones I already have. Alright, so we're going to pick up the green naval shirt and slacks then, and just being very careful here because I don't want to accidentally buy the wrong stuff. There we go, 2 new collection log slots. And look at them. Honestly, kind of creepy looking to be 100% fair. Sort of looking like I work at a fast food restaurant. But other than that, I mean, that is 2 new collection log slots, and there is still so much to go here. I mean, finishing each of these outfits is, 7 to 10 hours. That alone is close to 50 hours. And then the flags, whew, those take quite a while too. Speaking of outfits though, I have now had a sufficient amount of downtime, and I think I want to go back to Guardians of the Rift and at least finish off the full runecrafting outfit. I might also pick up the Ring of the Elements, but I'm not really sure if I want to do all of that at once, because I've already actually put a lot of time into minigames in this video. So huge pet peeve. I don't know why this is like this, but these go in the magic wardrobe, not in the fancy dress box. It's super dumb, and it shouldn't bother me, but it does. Just want to say that my outfit for Guardians of the Rift is disgusting and makes me look like a menace. I'm going to go ahead and try and stack up another 200 reward points here, because that should hopefully be enough for me to get enough pearls to finish off the outfit. And if I'm really lucky, it might be enough for me to get the pet or another dye. I'm not going to lie, I'm really losing my patience here, so instead of stacking up all the rewards at once, I'm just going to use the 70-ish that I have right now. Gotta get that intermittent dopamine to keep yourself going on grinds like this, Alright, well, no luck, and pretty bad RNG on the Abyssal Pearls this go around, so I can't buy a new item just yet. It's been a few more hours, I got like 60 more reward points, and I keep forgetting I have to put in my freaking bank pin. Alright, maybe we get something good this time. Alright, well, we got a few more pearls that time, so we have just over 400 now, and that is enough to pick up a new outfit piece. So I think I'm going to go with the hat for now, because I think these are the same cost, right? Oh, actually, the rope top's a little cheaper. Well, I'm going to go with the hat for now, meaning we only need 300 more abyssal pearls to grab the robe top and finish out the outfit. Alright, another 100 rewards. Let's see if this is going to be enough. Well, surprisingly enough, I went pretty dry on... Okay... I was gonna say, surprisingly enough, I went pretty dry on pearls here, and I just got another abyssal blue dye. What? That's my third one, right? Yep, that's 3 abyssal blue dyes. I am really lucky on these, but man, I wish they were different colors. Now, I'm pretty sure I can actually trade in these abyssal blue dyes for some extra abyssal pearls, but honestly, I don't really see the point in doing that. I'd rather just stack them up, just in case I manage to complete like a full set of every color by the time I'm done with Guardians of the Rift. That would be pretty awesome. And, I mean, may or may not be counted as Completionist. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna weigh outfit recolors and stuff like that just yet. Alright, 52 more. Hopefully we can get lucky on some pearls. Very good start. What? The actual fuck? I just got a 4th abyssal blue dye. You've got to be kidding me. What the heck? Also, I've gotten, like, no pearls. But, like, what the heck, man? I mean, first of all, it's absolutely just criminal for me to have gotten this many dyes at all. I'm pretty sure I'm only deserving of literally 1, but I have 4. And they're all the same color. That's the weirdest part. I can fully recolor one of my outfits. And honestly, I might just do it. Like, once I finish the outfit, we still need 50 more pearls. I got pretty bad luck there, but I might just do it. I mean, if I'm gonna have to go for all 3 outfits at some point in the future anyway. Alright, got myself another, like, 35 reward points. It looks like we already have enough abyssal pearls, because I guess we went pretty dry the last couple pulls, and now it is just spitting them out at me, so... Yeah, apparently I got so many there that I actually have quite a few to spare, but that's okay, because I'll eventually be coming back for the ring and the Guardian's Eye. But for now, we're gonna pick up the robe top of the eye, which is the last piece of the outfit, and honestly... You know, I was going to say it looks really good, but I've been here for so long that it doesn't really look all that impressive anymore. But this outfit is incredibly useful for me, especially as an Iron Man, because it increases my total runes crafted whenever I go runecrafting by 60%. So, whenever I run out of blood runes, you can be sure that I won't be running out of pure essence. I mean, everything drops that, so blood runes should no longer be nearly as much of a problem. And you know what? I figured because I got 4 of these, I might as well just go ahead and dye the full outfit, right? I mean, it's a little painful using such rare drops because, you know, they're pretty rare. But this is what they're supposed to be used for, and I did get very, very lucky on them. Okay, what? You can't... Oh, you can't dye the boots? Okay, I guess that's interesting. I guess I didn't need all 4 dyes. Interesting, okay. I did not know you couldn't dye the boots. Weird. Well, this is the full blue outfit, and this looks so much better. Okay, if I could actually get a decent angle on my character. This looks so much better than the other one. Like, wow. You're looking at it, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of like, dang, that actually with the Ellie and the Kodai looks pretty sick. Dang, okay, that's a pretty cool outfit, man. Now, I know you guys are already all screaming at me that I got extremely lucky at Guardians of the Rift, and I'm not gonna lie, my minigame luck on this account seems to actually be pretty decent so far. Hopefully, when we start doing Hallowed Sepulchre, that remains true and we get very lucky on the Ring of Endurance. But, 10 out of 15, pretty good for now. I will eventually come back and try and get the other 2 dyes, and at least get the Guardian's Eye and the Ring of the Elements until the inevitable pet grind. However, I do have, like, 30 of these intricate pouches in here, and I'm pretty sure these can actually give you clue scrolls, so I'm going to open these up and see if we get anything interesting. The very first one gives us a hard clue, so yeah. Alright, cool. Well, I'm grabbing more of these intricate pouches to open. I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed at this point that I have a pretty good amount of clue scrolls stacked up in my bank. And the reason I haven't opened them yet is because there was supposed to be an Elite Clue update where Third Age became the rate that it was supposed to be from Elite Clues because it's been broken for like 3 years. And that update hasn't gone into the game yet. I don't know why, they just keep delaying it, so until it comes out, I'm just gonna keep stacking these clues. By the time you see this video, it's probably already out, and hopefully it won't be too much longer, because I've already been waiting like 3 months since it passed a poll. Hey, I'm actually really glad I got this. This is definitely, I would argue, a completionist item. For some reason, this isn't in the collection log. It is the lost bag. It's a wearable... Okay, this dude just has to walk over me right then. It's a wearable item. It doesn't do anything. It has no stats. I don't think you can really do anything with it. Sure, I'll read this note. Wow, amazing. To whomever... Oh, that's kind of dark. Yeah, I don't know why that's not in the log, but it's, like, I think, like a 1 in 40 or something chance from these intricate pouches. So... technically a completionist. Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? A shield left half? I thought these only gave you runes. Huh, interestingly enough, these actually give you more than just runes. There is a chance for getting an experience lamp on top of the hard clue scroll. The lost bag is a 1 in 70, and there's one more item called a tarnished locket. The tarnished locket is a 1 in 50 and can be exchanged for the amulet of the eye or something like that. That basically, it's just a cosmetic. Again, surprising that neither of these items are in the collection log, though. Jagex kind of messing up on that one. Oh, there we go. I got a lamp and a hard clue in the same thing. Now, I'm kind of curious. Is this just working like a regular experience lamp, or... that's just a regular XP lamp? Also, to those of you who are curious, I'm over 15 million runecrafting XP now. I got like 2 million XP before I got the full outfit from Guardians of the Rift, which is kind of nuts. No, but another shield left. These things are so weird to open, man. I kind of love it. So I guess we will have to go back for completionist reasons anyway to get the pet and fill out the rest of the log. And we'll probably get that random amulet that's, for whatever reason, not in the collection log when we go back then. Well, I gotta say, this was a welcome break from the PVM activities that I usually do. I've never really been someone who gets super into minigames, so this was definitely a nice change of pace, and Guardians of the Rift is probably going to be something that's really fun to go back to every now and then, but I probably won't grind for like 30 to 40 hours straight. That might be a bit much. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and leave a comment down below. All of those things really help my channel get discovered, and make sure you check out the rest of the series if you haven't seen it yet. Peace out and have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.